Hong Kong. Round 1, fight! You win!
Yatta!
Japan. Round 1, fight! You lose. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Japan. Round 1, fight! You lose. Round 2, fight!
Have it, guys. Fully working PS3 emulator. I'm completely surprised that it's actually working, to be honest. I used to be up to date with things like this, but it seems that the way that the internet's made at the moment, there's just too much shit everywhere to be able to filter through. Trying to find legitimate stuff is completely impossible, but there is a working PS3 emulator out there. The easiest game to run is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD, as you can see. It's the one that you have to do the least amount of changes to. Is pretty much download, setup, click a few settings, and if that doesn't work, click a few more. There are a few videos online of people playing other games, but it's quite difficult to tell which ones are legitimate and which ones aren't. And trying to find an actual working version of the emulator is extremely difficult, unless you compile one yourself, which is something I've never done because it just seems like too much of a ball ache to do. Too confusing, too little documentation. But if you want to play Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD on a PS3 emulator, it is possible. Absolutely no idea why. The only important things is having the CPU on interpreter fast. I haven't tried precise, an SPU decoder on recompiler. Anything else just doesn't seem to work. You also need these lib files enabled. I'll just leave those on the screen and you can pause the screen and look at it your own time. libfiber, libl10n, libresc, librtc, libspurs_jq, libsre, and libssl. Renderer, I can't choose Z12. I'm not entirely sure if my graphics card does Z12 or not, but I'm running a GTX 960. I just left the resolution on default just for the sake of it. And OpenGL just fails. Z12 is not available to me because I don't have the DLL. So it looks like you have to choose this Vulkan renderer. Audio, Xaudio 2 doesn't work, so you have to use OpenAL, which is fine anyway. And you can either play with a keyboard or whatever your X input is, which in my case would be an Xbox 360 controller plugged in by USB. You can install, have a little look here. You can install the SCP toolkit if you want to, and you can run your PlayStation 3 controllers off it. I don't know, it seems like scary software to me. I got it running on the PC and I've tried it, but it does seem to do a lot of stuff without explanation. It's a hell of a lot of work just to get your PlayStation 3 controller working on it, so I do strongly recommend you just use the Xbox 360 controller. It's a million times easier. Saves having any nasty software running. But other than that, I literally do not have a clue how to get any other games working. I've tried, I've got a PlayStation game in the Blu-ray drive at the moment. The smallest one I could find, which was Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Ironically, it's only 4.83 gigabyte, so they could have fit it on a DVD. I'm not quite sure why they sold it as Blu-ray. That must have been expensive for them to do. But yeah, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City for some reason just does not work. Maybe there's some shit you've got to do, but again, it's impossible to follow any guide online. Nothing seems to work there. which is a bit of a shame because it would have been nice to obviously just keep my PlayStation games and get rid of the PlayStation 3. But now it looks like I'm just going to have to get rid of the PlayStation 3 and the games and be left with an emulator that I can't run anything on. Oh yeah.